Hello everybody and welcome back to Down to Earth with Jim. I'm just doing a little bit of a video today. I'm going to be sowing my broad beans to be overwintering. And I'm here in the greenhouse on this quite nice fair day. It's quite sunny today and quite mild. The greenhouse is an absolute mess. I need to tidy it. I've got the last of my tomatoes here ripening. I've only just cleared the last of the plants now, and here's what's left. So we should be eating them pretty soon. It's been a great year for tomatoes this year. We started picking them around the middle of July, and we're still eating them. I had to freeze a load of them, and we're probably going to be eating them well into November, December time. So about 6 months worth of tomatoes. So they've done great. They're probably one of the best things I've grown this year. So I've been really happy with those. I'm going to be sowing them in these deep cell propagators. These are called VisiRoot deep cell propagators by Westland. They're actually really good. They're really nice and sturdy. And I started my sweet peas off and my runner beans off this year in them, and they did brilliantly. So I'm going to be starting them off in them. I've already got most things that I'm overwintering out now planted. I've got my garlic. I've got my cabbages that I'm overwintering. And I've also got some kale and some purple sprouting broccoli out as well. I don't think there's anything else. Obviously I've got my leeks outside as well. And things such as my sprouts, which will be ready in a few weeks' time. But apart from that, this is the final thing that I'm going to be planting now. I'm starting them off in these because if I sow them directly outside, they'll just get attacked by mice and rats, and we don't want that. So I'm going to get them till they're about this tall, 5-6 inches, and then I'm going to plant them outside in somewhere. I don't know where. I've not actually prepared somewhere yet, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But we've got a few weeks, I think, before these get to that size. So I've got a couple of varieties of broad beans here, which I'm going to be sowing. I've got an old packet of seeds here, which I've had for around 2 or 3 years now. And to my surprise, they're actually still in date until next year, next July. So I'm going to see if I can get away with sowing these. There's quite a few in there. But these are called the Sutton. So they're a dwarf variety. I grew them a couple of years ago and they were quite nice. And then I've got another couple of packets here of another variety called Aquadulce Claudia, if I'm pronouncing that right. So they're another nice variety. So they're ideal for freezing. So when we get a load of them next spring, I'll be deshelling them, depodding them, and then I'll be sticking them in curries, stuff like that. And whatever's left, I'll be freezing them. So these broad beans are ideal for that. And of course, they're really good for you as well. A diet that's got plenty of beans and pulses in is good. You know, it's got plenty of folic acid in it and things like that. So I've just got some ordinary compost here, which it's not fresh. It has been used, but it's okay just for getting these started off, because they're not going to be taking many nutrients from the soil, because by the time they get to that size, they're going to be going outside anyway for the winter. So, but I have given it a sieve, so there's no large lumps in it. So I'm going to fill these up. So one other thing I like about broad beans, besides obviously the broad beans themselves, is the flowers and how they smell so nice. And they're great for the bees as well, of course, but I just love the smell in spring when you're walking past the broad beans and you get a whiff of the fragrance that they give off. Now I'm probably not going to need to put the propagator lid on these because they'll germinate just fine in the greenhouse. I'm not too concerned about that. The main reason that I am using these is for the fact that they are deep module trays, which allow plenty of room for them roots to get down. Okay, that should suffice now. That should be enough. Okay, so I've got my beans. This is the Aqua Dulce Claudia variety here, 16 seeds. I'm not going to do anything spectacular or extraordinary these. I'm just going to stick them into the soil like that, making sure that that side of the bean is facing down, so that when the root comes out, it goes straight down, rather than if it was that way up, the root would be coming up and then having to go all the way down again. So yes, make sure that the root, this side of the bean, is down like that. Okay, so that's them done. That's taken 4 rows to fill them, and obviously I'm going to label them so I know which ones are which. But I think one's a dwarf variety and one's a taller growing variety, so I don't think there'll be much confusion, but let's label them anyway. Okay, and then I'm just going to give them a little bit of water because the soil was quite dry. Okay, that should be fine. I'll just keep an eye on soil moisture over the next week or two while they germinate. Although I don't think they'll be drying out much because the sun's not very strong at the moment and there's not all that much warmth in this greenhouse at the minute. So once these sprout, I'll let them get to about 5 or 6 inches tall, and then I'll move them outside into their final position, and then they should grow nicely over winter, and then come next spring start getting some flowers on them, and you should be picking broad beans around about May, June, July time. So we've got them to look forward to when there's not that much else growing and not that much else to harvest. So it'll help fill in the hunger gap a little bit. So okay, so that is the last of the winter sowing done. That's the broad beans finished. So yeah, just wanted to do a little bit of a video recording that today. So let me know if you're growing broad beans this year. Are you planting them directly outside, or are you doing it this way in module trays and then moving them outside? Let me know, and let me know what you like to do with them as well. I'm interested to know what recipes you use with your broad beans, because there's you get so many of them. It's always good to have something good to do with them all. Thank you for watching my video on me planting my broad beans. If you enjoyed watching, then hit that like button so other users can be suggested this video by YouTube as well. And also remember to subscribe so you can see when I upload new content just like this in the future. So thank you for watching and stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.